I'm Charles Ludlow. In this episode, I'll be going over how to configure PFSense so that DNS and DHCP work properly. To get started, we're going to use the workstation computer we configured in a previous episode, and we're going to access our PFSense router. We'll go ahead and trust the default certificate, and it's going to be admin PFSense. Oopsies, admin. There we go, admin PFSense. I like to just skip this wizard. Click on that link there to change the password. We'll use a super secure password. You can go through the wizard, but for me, there's just a lot of little settings that I like to customize, and it's much easier to do those here. So we'll rename it to QTS-RT1, and our domain will be corp.qtslabs.com. For our DNS server, we're going to point it at our internal DNS server at 192.168.99.11 and our fully qualified domain name, corp.qtslabs.com. We're going to uncheck this box, use remote servers, ignore local, go to America and Chicago, and fully qualified domain name. Some of this is just a little bit of personal customization I do, just so I know where things are. And other than that, looking good there. So go ahead and save that first set of changes. Now it may take it a second to update, and that's fine. We'll go to advanced, and I like to have the page name displayed first. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to re-enter that host name here. That way it trusts it later when we issue a certificate for it. I don't generally enable SSH. Sometimes I do. It kind of depends on the environment you're working in. I do like to password protect the console menu, just in case anybody gets unauthorized access or you're in a cloud environment. It can definitely reduce the attack area because the console by default it will allow you to access root, on the BSD system. So probably don't want that. The other thing you're going to want to do. If you're running, we do want the CPU-based acceleration if available. If you're running on hardware, bare metal, you can turn on the thermal sensors, but we're not, so that's fine. I don't like to send my Netgate ID, but that's just me. We can accept that, close that, and now we need to fix our DHCP server up. So we'll go to System Advanced Networking by clicking on that thing. Just change it to Kia. This is something new in PFSense 2.7.2. I believe that's what we're running now. Yep. And then we'll go back to DHCP server with that changed. For DNS servers, we're just going to do 99.11. In case you're not sure, you can always ping it. Just ping that, make sure it does respond to us. It does, perfect. I suppose in some cases you may want to double check by going to that VM, but I know that's what I set it to, so that's what I'm going to go with. I am going to declare the domain name, and then we've got to restart the DHCP service here, because since we changed the backend, it stops itself on its own. And now you'll see if we do ipconfig/all, here, so let's actually clear this so you can see it. ipconfig/all, you can see this is what our current DHCP lease looks like. And if we tried to ping, I don't believe this will work. Yep, it can't find it. Okay. So if we release our current configuration and we renew for a new address, you'll see we get a new address and we can go back here to ipconfig/all. And now our current IP configuration shows the domain name and a DNS server. And we can now ping into that domain. And now we can take advantage of that to use it for other things, such as checking for updates. Even though I know the system's probably up to date, unless they've released the October patch yet. But now we're online, we're connected, we can see our domain, everything's good to go. Looks like there was a security intelligence update. Those usually only take a few seconds to install. Other than that, there is some advanced stuff we could do, like getting into certificates and stuff on PFSense. I'm not going to go over that in this video because for me, this is usually where I leave off my PFSense servers, at least until I've gotten a more configured network in place. But again, totally up to you, your network, your labs. You can decide whatever you want to do on that front. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.